Mauricio Macri came to power in Argentina in a surprise victory over 2 years ago. Following 8 years of tight currency controls during the government of Cristina Fernández de Kirchner, his promise to reconnect the country with the world's financial markets appealed to the majority. But for now, things are not going as planned.
Argentina has chosen a path of a gradual approach towards solving very deep economic problems that it has for many decades. This gradual approach has its shortcomings, that solutions are not easy and solutions are not fast and results are coming out slow. So some people that have very fast expectations that this will be a quick solve, clearly they were wrong.
Macri has been reluctant to implement shock austerity measures that will hurt the country's most vulnerable. That's why inflation and deficit continue to be the main economic problems. And that's why workers have been taken to the streets on a regular basis to fight for salary increases. Until now, Argentina has relied on foreign debt to cover the fiscal deficit.
Por cada peso de déficit hay un peso de deuda.
For every peso of deficit, there is a peso of debt. The debt that is growing is that of the international markets. The problem is, when you try to cover your deficit with debt and the type of crisis that can bring about.
Last week, the economy seemed to be out of control when policymakers had to raise the benchmark interest rate to 40% in an attempt to stop investors from taking their money out of the country. Martín Redrado was the central bank's governor for almost 6 years. He says the government made a mistake.
I think it was a mistake from the government to allow foreigners to buy notes from the central bank. The notes of the central bank are used to absorb excess liquidity, but excess local liquidity, so it should be allowed to absorb pesos, not to bring in dollars as you do with other bonds.
And that's one of the reasons why Argentina is on the edge once again. Argentina has had a history of hyperinflation and economic crisis, and that's why people here worry when the US dollar starts going up and the central bank starts selling billions of dollars worth of reserves. The government of Mauricio Macri says it has taken the necessary measures to control the situation, but many here are wondering whether it will be enough. The government has vowed to cut back on government spending even more to reduce the deficit. The impact is likely to be seen on the streets in the weeks ahead. Teresa, Al Jazeera, Buenos Aires.